This video is over the retest review for Test 5, Overriding Linear Equations, and you must complete this retest review by Wednesday, November 8th. They ask us, using the given information, to write an equation of the line. They give us a line that passes through the point 4,3 and has a slope of 2. So if it goes through a point and we have a slope, then I will use point slope. So y minus y1 equals my slope, x minus x1. If they ask me to solve, then I need to distribute negative 2 times x, negative 2 times negative 4, which is positive 8, and then add 3 to both sides. So y equals negative 2x plus 11. 2 has an undefined slope that goes through that point. Undefined is a vux, so x equals our x point. While we're on the idea, problem 4 has a slope of 0. Slope of 0 is a hoi, so y equals my y point. Problems 3 and 5 can be done using stat edit. On problem 3, you are given an x-intercept, which is a point, and a y-intercept, which is a point. So I'm going to put those in stat edit, 6, 0, and 0, negative 3. To refresh your steps, we click the stat button under delete, enter, and we make their table look exactly like ours. So negative 6 and 0, 0 and 3. And then from here, we click Stat, Calc 4, enter as many times as it takes, and we get y equals 1/2 x plus 3. For problem 5, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put all my x's in L1 and all of my y's in L2. So stat, edit, and I'm going to type negative 4, negative 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8, because those are all of the x's that I have on my paper. And then my y's are negative 5, 1, 7, 9, 13, and 19. Make sure you do type them in order and not everything matches up. When I go stat calc 5, I get 2x plus 3. So a is 2, b is 3, so my equation is 2x plus 3. Remember, you don't have to show the a and the b, but that's how we go from a and b to my actual answer. Problem 6 asks us for a line with a slope of 3 that crosses the y-axis at 9. So if it crosses the y-axis, that would be the same thing as my x-intercept. So I go up to where y equals 9 and plot my point. And then a slope of negative 3 is the same as negative 3 over 1. We're going to go down 3, right 1. So down 3, right 1, down 3, right 1, and so on. My 0 is where it crosses the x-axis, and it crosses at 3. When I write my equation in slope-intercept form, this is slope-intercept form. My m is negative 3. My b is 9. Notice that I do not have the blue 3 anywhere in my equation. The 0 is something that you find and need to be able to identify, but we do not write it in our equation. Problem 7 asks for a line with a slope of negative 1/3 and a 0 of 9, so that's the point 9, 0. So we can start at 9, 0 over here, and we have identified our 0 is 9. Our slope is negative 1/3, so down 1, right 3. If we can't go down and to the right, we could also go up 1, left 3, so the complete opposite. So up 1, left 3, up 1, left 3, up 1, left 3, and draw our line. Our y-intercept is where it's crossing the y-axis at 0, 3. And again, for slope-intercept form, y equals m, which is negative 1/3, x plus b. And I do not have that green 9 anywhere in my equation. Problem 8, we have y minus 3 equals 3/2 x minus 6. They want it in slope-intercept form. So I need to solve for y by distributing. 3/2 times x is 3/2 x. 3/2 times negative 6 is negative 9. And then I add 3 only to the numbers, but whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. And that gives me a negative 6. So my slope is 3/2, which is positive, so I will go up and to the right. My y-intercept is 0, negative 6. My slope-intercept form we already found when we solved for y. And then I will plot this to be able to find the 0. So I start down at negative 6, and I go up 3, right 2, up 3, right 2, up 3, right 2. I can identify that my 0 is at a positive 4. And for problem 9, again, in order to graph, I need to solve for y. So I subtract 3x from both sides. Negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 24. And then I divide each and every piece by negative 4. Negative 3 divided by negative 4 is a positive 3/4. Again, that 3 and the 4 do not go away. I just say it's 3 being divided by 4 and leave it as a fraction. And then 24 divided by negative 4 is a negative 6. Slope is with x, 3/4. So up 3, right 4. Y-intercept is at negative 6. Again, I can't find my 0 until after I graph. And my slope-intercept form, 3/4 x minus 6. So with my slope, I go up 3, right 4, up 3, right 4. And I can identify that my 0 is at a positive 8.